This is Can We Just Talk, the podcast and YouTube series where it doesn't matter if you're living under a rock. We'll fill you in on the past week's biggest, weirdest, and most impactful stories, headlines, and developments in a nice casual conversation. Set your volume and settle in, because coming to you from a random basement in New Jersey, this is Can We Just Talk. Episode 24. Can we just talk back at it? We're one away from that 25 milestone, but we appreciate every episode along the way. So we will give 24 all the respect is owed. In the studio tonight, myself, Troy DiSavino, Austin DiSavino, Lucas DiSavino, Jacob Berg, Richie Welbrock, all within the same house. The Wi-Fi, per usual, is putting in the extra work trying to get us going here. We apologize for the little bit of the delay, but if at this point you're expecting us to start on time, you have not been listening at all, because we have yet to start on time. So I appreciate everyone joining in now. If you are finally making your way here, guys, how is everyone tonight?
Doing well. 8:15 is not too late.
No, actually. So here's the thing. I said 8 o'clock on the announcement on Instagram, but I told everyone pretty much that I talked to directly it'd be 8:15, just because I think we all know that that's how it goes from now on. Everyone else doing fine though?
Hey, Troy, thank you so much for asking. This is Austin DiSavino, a.k.a. Half a Rack of Ribs from Deep Fried Medicine. I'm doing great. We just recorded an amazing episode of Deep Fried earlier this week. We were crying. We were talking about death. Last week, we talked about happiness. And I'm excited to dive in this week. I'm excited to have Lucas back on, even though it looks like Beetlejuice. But it's gonna be a great show. I'm feeling high energy.
Rich?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to Chris, and he's not here, so I can't say I'm doing the best.
Well, Chris is doing well because he's out in Indianapolis right now. He's getting ready to call an NCAA tournament basketball game for Rutgers. So I'm guessing he's doing okay. So, Richie, good news. You're doing well. Maybe Chris is tuning in for a few minutes because he's waiting for the game to tip off.
Aren't they? Didn't they do like a celebration thing where he was at the first basketball game ever?
Yeah, actually, first one. It was when they used milk crates as the hoops.
Yeah,
yes, he was
Peach baskets.
He brought it there to sit on originally, and they're like, "Can we borrow that, fam?"
He delivered peaches. So, Jacob, how are you?
Not so bad. Happy to be here as always.
Good. Everyone's here. I think we're
getting all right.
I think we're ready. Well, you're sitting across from me. We know. I'm looking right at you.
Troy, you can't mute Lucas now. You can't mute Lucas.
I know. Well, I know. Let's get started.
You muted me before?
No, because last week I couldn't. We were all sharing the same mic as well.
What happens if I put this mic in my mouth?
Okay, all right. Let's get started. Jacob, kick us off don't touch the mic. Kick us off for the first story of the week.
Why is Jacob?
All right.
We get it out.
So we'll start off here with news that President Biden has plans to send AstraZeneca COVID shots to both Mexico and Canada. It's going to be about 2.5 million doses to Mexico and 1.5 million to Canada. The AP reports. I think the big thing here that caught my eye was the fact that it was AstraZeneca. I know that over the past couple weeks here, some European countries have called back their usage of AstraZeneca vaccines because of a couple instances of blood clots. AstraZeneca standing by their product. But there is some sort of tension there, I'd say, and it seems like this might be kind of a play kind of for the optics, with a lot of people saying, "Oh, AstraZeneca, I don't know if that's as safe as the other ones." Of course, AstraZeneca also has not been cleared in the U.S. yet. But it should. They should be applying for clearance in the next couple weeks, so it'll be interesting to see the decision there. But all in all, I mean, I'd say that this is a good thing. We can't use these shots. It's best to send them around before they expire, and it's good to see us, helping our neighbors, I'd say.
Jacob, I think it's funny because you mentioned it's the AstraZeneca shots. You're not seeing them send like Pfizer ones or something over. AstraZeneca, these shots have been like trouble since like September. Like they have just been having issues upon issues upon issues because there was huge production errors when they first came out. When they were administering them, they were like doing half doses instead of full doses by accident. So it's kind of been a train wreck since the start. And that's the reason we haven't really seen it become one of the big three. It's funny that we talk about big three vaccines, but it's been Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, and what's the last one I'm forgetting?
Moderna,
yes. And AstraZeneca is kind of like the forgotten child in this case. But it's funny that America is giving away the one like that we don't really want that much because it's had issues.
You find that funny?
It kind of goes into like, there's a lot of issues that come up when Americans donate a lot of Goodwill clothing to other countries because it actually hurts economies in really strange ways that you wouldn't expect.
That's funny to you?
Yeah, that's funny to you?
It's interesting that America is doing it with with vaccines now. Like nothing is out of limits for the United States. And
that's hilarious, Troy. That's really funny.
It's a no-win situation for the United States. It's no-win. So if they send Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, if they send what's the other one, Pfizer, if they send that, people are going to be like, why are you sending that when there's Americans that haven't been given the vaccine? If they send the AstraZeneca, people are going to be like, well, there's kind of things going on with that. So they're going to hear criticism there. And if they don't send anything, there's going to be, if they send nothing, people are going to be like, we're a world power. It's our responsibility to help others in need. So there's always going to be critics. And I think that's the thing. I think at the bottom line, I think it's good that we are trying to help. I would imagine that sending, how is it, 2.5 million? That's not like just an easy shipment. That is a lot of logistics that goes behind it. So these blood clot things, I think those are kind of recent. So the wheels that have been turning to get those 2.5 million are probably a lot of wheels and a lot of lead up time. So it's not as simple as like, hold up, don't send that package. I'm going to call the post office and don't send it out. So there's a lot of things to it. Yeah.
I got a question. Do you think the tracking number is going to help at all when they send it?
No, it's going to be like Trenton, New Jersey to Lansing, Michigan to Austin, Texas to Sacramento. And it's like, I've looked at stuff at like if I've ordered online and it's like shipping from Reading, PA, and it goes from Reading, PA to Delaware to New York to Secaucus and then to my house. And it's like, it's crazy.
This seems like this could be like the perfect lead up to like the heist movie of 2021. Where instead of the stealing of, super expensive jewelry going across the border or even like drug smuggling, it's the
Vaccines.
heist to steal 2.5 million vaccines and sell them on the black market.
Who are they going to sell it to? I guess other countries that need them.
Yeah. I feel like this is I could see this becoming a movie in a couple of years.
I could see like your weed guy being like, hey, by the way,
I got a COVID vaccine.
That's been happening. Dude, that's been happening.
Well, what's the top tier stuff? Because I don't know how much people are paying for the AstraZeneca one. People are skeptical on that one.
I don't have
skeptical of getting anything from not like a doctor though.
Well, yeah,
but I've been
go ahead.
Like TikTok, people are like, yeah, my plug or my dealer is like offering me vaccines, and I don't know how to feel about that. It's like, would you take a vaccine from a drug dealer?
Probably not a vaccine.
It's cut with the flu shot.
It's saline solution and Listerine.
I'd be like, did you take it? Let's take it together.
So I'm wondering. Again, it's obviously it's great. There's skepticism about the AstraZeneca one, right? But at the end of the day, it was approved. It's shown to work. It's shown to be effective. Not quite as effective, I don't think, as the Moderna and Pfizer one. I think it's similar to the Johnson & Johnson one, but there's also some ramifications coming out, like you talked about the blood clotting. But at the end of the day, it's still safe enough to share.
And the other countries are accepting it, right? So it's not like we're showing up and being like, this is America, give me your arm, I'm going to give you this shot. It's sending it, and the governments of these other countries are like, yeah, we'll take it. So I think there's a lot of things here, and I think people are going to look at headlines and they're going to have an immediate knee-jerk reaction, which is what we do as a society and human beings. But if there are people that are upset, they should be upset with their government for accepting it. And it's a totally different question. Should we be offering it versus should they be accepting it? And that's
the countries are going to be like, yeah, put it over there.
Richie, are you okay with this? Your thoughts on this situation?
My mic's muted now.
Yeah.
It's been muted that you're using mine. Are you okay with it?
Yeah, sure.
Want to elaborate a little bit? Or?
No.
Don't push him. No, he said what he said.
One thing here to add to what Troy was saying about like the big three vaccines, right? How we see that. That's really just like a U.S. based view because, the White House has really strictly limited are those companies' abilities to ship them overseas. In fact, I think that those companies have not been able to sell their vaccine overseas at all. So it's certainly, you could think about that when it comes to U.S. foreign policy, U.S. business policy, to say, you know what, no, like our medical facilities, you can't sell these vaccines overseas. You have to keep it here, keep it in America, and vaccinate our citizens first. So
Yeah,
it's certainly interesting to see the reaction. What's up, Lucas?
Can I ask this first, because it has to do with the where these are coming from? Isn't AstraZeneca? It was developed with the Oxford team, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's from the UK, right? Okay,
I think you're right.
The other two, I believe, Pfizer, Moderna, and J&J. Those are 3 American-produced ones.
What are
I believe.
3? What are the big 3?
Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and Pfizer.
My question is, when is Great Value going to make one?
When is what?
Great Value?
Great Value. Oh,
Yeah.
the knockoff one.
Or maybe
Just a COVID-18 vaccine.
maybe Bowl Basket's going to roll one out? You know?
Same
Paper
active
bird.
ingredients.
Just saying.
Compared to Pfizer.
Compared to Pfizer. Maybe in a couple of years they'll be on the shelf. I don't think they will, but
It's going to be coronavirus vaccine flavoring.
you have to imagine though, in a couple of years, because you can correct me if I'm wrong with the science behind it, but I think it's going to be something where we have to get like booster shots on a regular
polio shots, tetanus shots.
So I think the idea is.
Go ahead, Jake.
I was just gonna say, I think the idea is closer to like a flu shot, where they update it on a yearly or a season basis because of different variants and different things. And that there's one thing where you think about, well, flu shots actually, like, efficacy wise, aren't that effective to stopping you from getting the flu. Yes, they do help in common variants, but there are always other variants that are still possible. So you have to think that, if COVID can mutate similarly to how the flu can, then it could be something where we're like, same idea as the flu, right? We have vaccines, we have controls and things that help us, but we're not, running away from it anytime soon.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to know. I want my vaccine to say not from concentrate, and then I'll be all right with it.
It's real,
like made with like
100% authentic vaccine.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Awesome, go ahead.
I'm just saying, I think it's similar to like the HPV vaccine. Maybe not as specific with like age ranges, but according to the American Cancer Society, like girls and boys get 2 doses of HPV vaccine between the ages of 9 and 12, right? So it's like this booster, and you have to get another booster. And while we're talking about it, I would really strongly suggest that if you have a child or someone who is eligible for the HPV vaccine, to absolutely get it. It can prevent different types of cancers. Definitely talk to your doctor about it. Go to cancer.org for more information. But like, if you're going to be putting stuff into your body, same with these vaccines, do your research, right? So if you have questions, don't rely on Facebook. Don't rely on Twitter. Don't rely on TikTok. Don't rely on this podcast. Like, don't even rely on us. Like, go do your research. Go to the FDA, to the CDC. Go to the different organizations that their job is to get more information. So if you do have questions, which are really valid because it's scary times, it's a global pandemic, and you're putting something in your body that, none of us are doctors. I don't even know what's on the back of like the shampoo bottle, like what some of these things are. So if you have questions, it's good to take your health into your own hands, but don't like loudly proclaim things that you don't know are 100% true. Also,
that's what we're doing on this podcast.
For the years to come, with if we have to see COVID-19 vaccines come out on a yearly basis, like the flu vaccine, the flu shot. I mean, Pfizer and Moderna and J&J, they have these contracts with the government and it has approval. Like, these companies just hit like a gold mine. Just think about the amount of vaccines that are coming out.
Troy, I just love your outlook on this thing. Oh, they hit a gold mine.
I'm just saying, but you think over the coming years, you're going to see other people get into the game, right?
Oh, it's a game now. Okay.
Everyone's trying to get into it. I mean,
it's a game.
I think privatized, though. These aren't. I mean, it's capitalism. That's what it is. These are privatized
capitalism.
And they have stockholders. It's not like the government does fund a lot of grants. That's the thing too. So it's again, definitely do
It will be
look
important,
into it
though, to
then.
see other companies, other pharmaceutical companies getting into it because, one,
I wanna
that
see
can
the
help lower the
commercials.
price, and two, it provides more vaccines for the country and other countries.
I want to see the commercials with like the people dancing, and it's like
I don't think it's going to be that type of.
that's what I can't wait for that.
Go ahead. Austin.
Speaking of others getting into the game, Verizon, put some freaking FiOS where I live because I'm so tired of using this
Cut the check,
stupid
Verizon.
internet
Cut the fucking
provider.
check.
Verizon, put FiOS lines around here because I'm so tired of using Service Electric. They're terrible. They're terrible. Other
T-Mobile
people can
forever,
get to them.
baby.
That's not. We don't have them.
Wait, what? What does this have to do? Never
Yo,
mind.
moving on.
Austin, your story does that have something to do with BIOS? Because I
Austin
can't see. I
Austin
can't see
gets
how
to
that relates
interrupt
to
us,
anything.
and now he gets to go.
Austin, go ahead. Your story of the week. Thank you,
Go
Jacob,
ahead.
for that.
I have a couple stories.
Oh,
Go do
I have
one.
a couple
We'll-
stories because. All
do
right,
one,
so
and then we'll get back to you.
Do them all
Cherry-
really fast.
I'll wait.
okay, Austin. Go ahead. Wait. Next person, go.
Cherry grown in Italy, dubbed by Guinness World Records to be the world's heaviest. On March 19th, a cherry crossbred by the University of Bologna, or Bologna, as we say here in America, in Italy, was dubbed the heaviest in the world by Guinness World Records after weighing 0.93 ounces. It's called the Sweet Stephanie cherry, grown in agriculture from Salvi Vivae's experimental cherry garden in Rinco de Portamaggiore as part of a partnership with the University of Bologna, and stood out to its large size after the harvest. And I think it's crazy that we're growing cherries bigger because it's like, what are we putting in this? But it brings me to the point. Every day, unknowingly, someone in the world takes the world's largest poop, and they don't know it. And that happens every single day. It could be someone different. There could be someone that has like a record of like 90 days in a row of having the world's largest poop as a human, and we don't know. And I just think it's crazy.
I mean, you just said it
All right.
happens every day, though. I mean, it can't happen
Not
every
that crazy.
day.
Or every
You
year,
think
though.
it's
You could
poop.
look at it like this is the years or the.
What if
someone-
somebody one
someone-
Yeah, but then somebody
what if
takes like
somebody
the
years
time-
ago
the
took like a
longest
4
piss,
foot
or
long
like somebody
poop?
sleeps the
I'm
longest.
Wait,
just-
hold on.
I'm just
You guys
saying.
are missing the point. The day's largest poop, not like of all time.
But it also could be
Okay, that goes
someone
for
out
anything.
there has taken the world's largest poop and
Hold
they
on.
don't know
Let's
that.
go back to the actual story for a second. The largest cherry. I want to ask
Yeah.
two questions. One, don't cherries grow in pairs? So where was the other cherry? How big was
They
that
got
one?
eaten by it like a twin in the womb.
So do you think just everything is just like in nature? Everything is just like it is in the grocery store where everything just grows perfectly the same?
All right, all right.
I thought
Troy,
cherries
you
grow
sheltered
in
life
Fire
is that?
today. You should
I
just
thought
mute
cherries
yourself.
grow
same
in
sheltered
pairs.
life you had.
I think they grow in bunches, actually. I don't think they
No.
grow in pairs. I
So
think
is
I'll
that
show
is the
you some
little
cherries.
is the little
that's what the
thing, is that
mainstream
made up?
media wants you to think.
Is that made up?
It can be like
Like
that
little-
sometimes, but they come on. You've eaten cherries. What do you mean?
I thought they come in pairs.
I've never
Oh.
eaten
Every
them all.
cherry you've ever eaten.
Well, no, but
has
they're
a
like
berry.
cut. They're snipped. I'm pretty sure.
Sometimes.
So
Hmm.
So cherries
Google
do grow
Wow.
in pairs, but usually in clusters. So they grow on trees, and sometimes they
Nature's
grow
balls.
2 on a stem. I think most of them are 2, maybe 1, maybe 3. But I don't think saying cherries grow in pairs it's like misrepresenting. They could grow in pairs. I don't know why you want to drill down on it and pigeonhole these cherries.
Well, I
Why
was
can't
going
you
to
let
ask
the cherries
how
do what they
big was
wanna
the other
be?
one. I was going to ask how big was the other one.
Not big
0.92.
enough.
I don't know.
Okay.
Not
Also,
the world's biggest one.
Other question: who gets to eat the world's largest cherry? Don't tell me it goes to waste.
Probably the guy who was like, "Yo, look at that cherry."
No one has an answer.
I just
I
gave
would
you my
warrant.
answer.
The band Warrant.
The guy
actually
who was
gets
like,
to-
"Yo, look at this cherry," and the other guy was like, "That's a pretty big cherry," and he's like, "What should we do?
Hey,
I'm
yo,
gonna
that's a
call
big
someone.
chatty.
Do you have a cherry
they're
hotline?
Italian,
I don't know. I'm gonna ask that fire truck. They look like they just finished taking the cat out of the tree."
Jacob,
So I have a perfect transition here, so I'm just gonna go for it, and
All right.
and we're gonna say, something that I'm sure none of you want to hear, but something that I think might be true here is I don't think that's natural cherry. I think that cherry
Whoa. You need to calm down.
was featured some genetics, some natural editing,
What?
some steroids possibly, And I don't know if we can let this cherry have this record and have
What if
its
it was a
reputation.
plum who was identified as a
And
cherry?
with that, I'll pass it over to Troy to talk about A-Rod.
I don't want to hear any cherry slander here. Can I at least allow these people to defend
It
themselves?
was probably a lemon.
All right. Well, I'll take the transition, Jacob. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the
Cherry's on
I'm
the
so
juice.
done with you.
I appreciate the transition. We'll hop into it. I'm gonna go a little entertainment tonight. This is not usually the path I take,
Can
but
you
I
do
thought
that head thing again? though?
entertainment tonight.
There it is.
It was an interesting story. Well, I guess interesting for some people, not for J-Lo and A-Rod. Although, first I
Did
want
they
to
break up?
Well, no, let me get into the story,
Okay.
and then it'll make sense. I want to first off say, A-Rod and J-Lo, and Richie, please stop flickering your thing because it's gonna look weird on the
What
video.
about A-Rod and
I'm
J-Lo?
not doing
They-
anything.
Those two people are phenomenal at
But you-
managing their public image when they need to, and there's a
Okay.
What are you talking
absolutely
about?
phenomenal. at
Austin
it.
Troy's talking.
Phenomenal. Austin, I want to let me explain this first. Think about everything A-Rod went through, all of the issues he went through with steroids, and now he is the face of Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN.
Love it.
The guy knows how to manage his image, even when shit hits the fan.
Call it a
There's
comeback.
hope for
incredible.
this cherry yet.
He'll sign that fan with a felt pen and sell it for $5,000.
So what happened over the past week? There were rumors that we all know A-Rod and J-Lo are engaged. I hope we know this.
That's awesome.
There were rumors that there was a huge blowout. Possibly A-Rod
Get her back.
was. There was rumors that A-Rod was possibly not loyal. We don't know into what type of degree. Could have been possibly texting or calling or meeting someone. We don't know. And that's what my point is. They keep this stuff on lockdown. Like the guy knows how to keep it on lockdown, even when he is engaged to someone who is 10 times as famous as him, which is incredible. Apparently the couple, J-Lo is 10 times as famous as A-Rod.
Is there a problem
She's
with that?
got like 100 million followers on Instagram. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
That doesn't mean anything. Look at how many followers I have on
Yeah, but who
Instagram, and
has
then
the
look at how
better
famous
butt,
I
though?
am.
A-Rod does have a good butt.
Dude,
That's true.
that's a poll right there.
All right. So, yes, there was apparently a blowout. Everything was, like I said, everything shit hit the fan. That I don't know where that leaked from. Someone found out, but the two of them were never seen in public in bad light. Apparently, they are back together working through these things, but for a brief 24 to 48 hour period, the big engagement of the past decade was off, possibly. But they are back together. I think they're on vacation now together, getting away, working on their relationship. I don't think they're thinking about marriage at this moment, so I think that might be on pause for a little bit. But they were
Weren't they already married though?
no, they've been engaged, I think, for like a year now.
Wasn't A-Rod dating somebody else? Wasn't he married to somebody else that was like super famous?
Both of them were married at one point. A-Rod was married. He had 2 daughters, I think.
He dated Madonna, I think.
And he's dated, I think, a lot of people. But J-Lo, I think, has
Dated
been
Jacob.
I think J-Lo's been married a few times too, if I'm wrong. I think like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, I think she's almost
Yeah, no,
as
it's
many
like
rings
6
as Tom
times.
Brady.
I know a lot about it.
Oh, whoa.
So they're back together. I think they're working through it. But some people have called them the nation's first couple. And I
Those
think
people are idiots.
well, they're back together, and they are. I mean, talk about celebrity power duo. There's only I can think of some other ones that are up there with like Jay-Z and Beyonce and those stuff. But I mean,
Queen
A-Rod
Bee.
and J-Lo, that's a big one. So that would have been good if they fell apart. That would have been bad. But I think they're together. So Richie, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, I have been following A-Rod and J-Lo as I follow anyone who's famous. I know a lot about famous people. I know their names, and I could see pictures of them and recognize them immediately.
Nice.
I also follow a lot of them on Instagram and Twitter. So, yeah, I agree. That
Definitely
is
know
such a
them,
very
man.
cool thing that is happening. J-Lo made that really good song.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yep. Good point. So
Yeah.
A-Rod, by the way, 4 million Instagram followers. J-Lo, 147 million. So different type of following. J-Lo is
These
definitely
measurements are
more
insane.
famous.
Is that where we're at in
I
society?
don't know though, man. Like
Instagram
baseball
Instagram
is
followers
years
decides how
apart.
famous you are, Troy.
Is that
Yeah,
is
this
that
is-
how-
I mean, this is
No,
pretty
no,
cool.
here's
What's
a
your
thought.
Q rating?
Famous
Hold
or
on.
relevant?
Both. She's more famous.
Because at the
and
time,
more relevant.
A-Rod was maybe more famous than she was.
I don't think so. Baseball, smaller.
I don't know, man.
Then-
A-Rod wasn't just a baseball player; he was a star.
Yeah, but J-Lo has been a pop cultural icon.
His
for
name is
decades.
A-Rod. It's not even his real name. Like baseball players don't get nicknames unless they.
J-Lo is a multi-talented queen, though. I mean, let's
All
be honest.
baseball
Oh my,
players get
what?
nicknames.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yo, shout out
I
Mo
don't-
Mag.
Listen, I don't think it's not even a question.
The
A-Rod,
fact that-
but that just says A-Rod is very, very famous. Like, don't
to
get me
compete
wrong.
with J-Lo.
Of all athletes over the past couple decades, he's up there. Like, he is very high up there. But J-Lo is just that famous. There's not many
she
people.
is. She
Dale
is more
Earnhardt Jr.,
famous.
What
the
else?
guy who eats the hot dogs, and
J-
A-Rod.
J-Lo not only sings, she dances, she acts,
Yeah.
she performs, she hosts, she has a great personality, and she didn't inject steroids into her body and cheapen the game and piss off Yankee fans
Okay,
everywhere.
relax,
Jennifer
relax,
Lopez.
relax,
Jennifer
relax.
Lopez.
Um,
She was on
Actually,
South
I'm in
Park,
favor.
too.
I think there should
Jennifer
be more
Lopez was on
steroids in
South Park.
baseball.
Hold on.
I don't
Austin,
know
go
what I'm
ahead.
saying.
say it again.
More steroids in baseball, and I think it makes it more fun.
Okay.
Okay. We should have a league where you can just do whatever you want. It's like, let's see how high you can jump.
So I think
I have an important question for Austin here.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go there. We're gonna go to the marriage. We're gonna go there. I'm asking you. Why? What's the point of getting engaged for that long? What's the point? It's been
if it was
engaged
up-
for what? A couple years now, Troy?
no. He's not been engaged that long.
No,
It's been like
there
maybe a year.
There
But
are people.
Also, hold on. Also, COVID happened. They didn't want to get married during COVID, but I think they've only been engaged
Thank
for
you
like
for-
a year.
Thank you for
Oh, I
answering.
thought it was
answering
longer
the
than
question,
that.
Jacob.
Well, he
asked
asked me.
I
He asked
That's
me.
what she said.
Austin, good answer.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I wanted to clear up too. They haven't been engaged that long. It's only been like a year, I think.
Oh, thank God.
But they also have kids that have become, I think, very good friends with each other too. So
They got
another
kids.
reason that they need to kind
Well,
of like work through this.
that's what social media tells you. I mean, I think, and if you want, I think it's an interesting thing. I think we view the world through rose-colored lenses when we look at social media, and people only share the best thing and they share the highlights. And I think it's an interesting conversation, and I'd love to have a deeper one over on Deep Fried Medicine. So if you're interested in those type of conversations, definitely check us out.
I mean, there's no doubt they do spend a lot of time together. Their families.
It's all they, like you said, they're so good at controlling their image. How can we even attempt? Like, you can, it's hard to know what's going on in relationships with your friends. How can we even attempt to try to guess what's going on with these people that are so put together by other folks and put together by publicists, and their social media is really usually not them? Like, how can we even guess? They could hate each other, but they know for their brand, for the J-Lo brand, the A-Rod brand, that it's really good for them to be seen together. So, I mean, we don't know. They also could be madly in love with each other, and relationships go through ups and downs. So, like, we don't know.
To respond to that, I think they live together too. So I think their
rough.
kids do spend a lot of time together. And two, I don't know if you guys remember, but there's like an interview when A-Rod was like a rookie in his first year in the MLB.
I
They
do
asked him
remember.
if you could date any celebrity in the world, if you could ask out any celebrity in the world. And this is before A-Rod was A-Rod. He said Jennifer Lopez. So this has been like a dream of his since he was like 20 years old. So this is
Is she older than him?
I think so, a little bit.
Nice, A-Rod.
I think J-Lo is like 50. And I think A-Rod, well, maybe they're about the same age. I think she's a couple years older.
She
Yeah,
was a
but
senior when he was a freshman. so she
he was a
drove
really
him.
annoying Yankee. I did not like him as a Yankee.
Who, A-Rod?
Yeah.
I liked A-Rod. I liked A-Rod a lot.
Why didn't you like him as a Yankee?
I also didn't love Derek Jeter, so I'm not the best person to go
So
to.
you're not a Yankee fan.
It's,
I
I've
love
never
the
heard someone
Yankees.
not like either of them. It's
How do you
usually
not
like
like
you
Jeter's
like
not
one.
right?
Hey, Derek Jeter's good, but Derek Jeter's not the greatest shortstop of all time. Omar Vizquel is, and I'll fight anyone on that.
We're not
What
talking
was,
about Omar.
Ozzie Smith is better than Derek Jeter
Are
but-
they? Why does nobody know who they are?
because he played in New York. And he played on some of the best teams in the history of baseball. And he was a young face at a premier position. And he was good looking and had a chin that went on for days. And the
Who's
media
this?
loved him.
Who's
Derek.
this?
Derek
Derek.
Jeter.
That's why he's better. He had the juice.
Oh, he's better. Oh, he's better than A-Rod. There's no question of that.
No, I'm talking about all the other shortstops. They don't matter. Why? Because nobody can remember their name.
Wow. I just
Got a point.
listened
That's
to
a quote from the movie
I
Troy.
love
That's why
baseball.
nobody will remember
A-Rod
their
was
name.
a shortstop. There's an argument that A-Rod was a better shortstop than Derek Jeter.
Okay, well that argument's dumb.
Is there
How can you argue that?
Before we move on, is there any other like I'm just trying to think through like the power rankings of power couples. I don't know who would rank higher than them. I feel like
Obama
Jay-Z and
Michelle.
Beyonce.
Michelle
That's
would.
what I was just gonna say. Barack Obama and Michelle
and
Obama.
Barack.
That's true.
Michelle
That's
and Barack.
yeah. What do you think, Jay-Z or Beyonce or Michelle Obama and Barack?
Oh, Michelle.
Until
Michelle and Obama.
until lately,
Michelle and
until
Obama.
lately, I feel
Michelle
like you're
Obama.
counting out Kanye.
Jay-Z would go to
and
Obama.
Jacob, what are you
Kardashian.
saying?
No, Kanye and Kim.
Hold
that
on,
was
let Jacob,
No,
let Jacob
that's
go.
weird.
Let Jacob
That
go.
was
They're
both
not. They're not
crazy
together
people.
anymore. They're not together anymore. But I feel like they were pretty big on the
Kanye?
scene.
Let me tell you something
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
All these power couples you're listing, they would approach Obama and Michelle. Michelle and Obama wouldn't go up to them. They'd go up to Obama. So he's
They
the power
might-
couple.
Michelle and Barack may approach Beyonce. I don't know about
No
Jay-Z.
way.
Beyonce
Michelle
may
is
approach.
no. Beyonce's
Obama's-
fangirling up to
Obama's
Michelle.
the clout master.
Yeah, Obama
we don't-
is the master.
Lucas, we don't have a lot of followers, so you need to be careful
On
not to piss
period.
off the beehive of Queen Bee.
I don't-
We love Beyonce here. Any Beyonce beehivers, we love Beyonce. This isn't Beyonce slander.
No, we don't like Beyonce.
I don't like
Yes,
Beyonce.
okay, relax. I don't know. That's a good question because Beyonce is like almost a different level than every other celebrity.
Yeah,
but
she's
it's
just a
Barack
little
and Michelle
overrated.
Obama.
Yeah.
It's Barack and Michelle Obama. They have
And-
like the Ohio State University. They are the power couple.
And to
Beyonce
Jacob's
and Jay-Z are a power couple, but not the power couple.
point, I don't know if you guys saw Forbes came out with Kanye West's predicted net value. He is currently listed as the wealthiest black man of all time. Or is it in American history? It might be in American history, but
Yeah,
it came out. I
he's
think he's
definitely-
like $8 billion.
It's
His combined
6.6.
6.6 billion. So he. I
For
mean,
what?
I don't know.
Shoes and his
Shoes.
joggers that look like he
No.
Yeezys.
from
Yeah,
the
but he also. I think
garage?
he has. I think he
Yeah.
has a large stake in Kim's like lingerie or underwear company as well.
You got to talk about how Kanye raided Shia LaBeouf's closet and stole his style, and anything you see on Shia LaBeouf and you put it on Kanye, and automatically it's hip. But if it's on
That's a
Shia
good
LaBeouf, you look homeless. Check it out. It's a thing. He
That's
raided
like,
his closet. It's a known story.
Lucas, that sounds a little personal to you, or do you feel like you're grouped?
I've been called.
Mr.
I've been called a
Homeless?
Shia before.
I can see
I've
it.
been called. People have sent me pictures of Shia LaBeouf outfits, and they're like, "Didn't you wear this last week?" And it's like spot on. And of course, he's like with his grandma, and I'm like, I'm with Grandy at the moment, so it's like, yeah, I've worn that.
I don't know
Shots
about this
fired.
suggestion. Harry Brown saying Ellen DeGeneres and Portia.
No,
I mean,
hard
that's,
no.
yeah, they are a famous
no.
couple, but they're not in the same
For all
level.
the wrong reasons, pops.
They
Well,
are
Ellen is a
famous.
bully.
What's that?
Ellen is a bully. She's
We don't need
mean.
to get-
Oh, is she a bully?
We don't need to get into all that because it's a
Does
whole
she tell people what to
controversy.
do on her show?
I like
I'm gonna
Ellen's
come down
haircut
there and
a
I'm gonna
lot.
fight
You know how many
her
times
camera.
she would say, "Hey, why don't you go outside and check the show and see whose name's up there?" It says the Ellen Show.
Yeah, it doesn't mean she's not a bully.
She can do whatever she wants. It's her fucking show.
Hey, last
You
I
don't like
checked,
it,
it's Older Media, not Lucas Media.
Fine, I didn't say it was.
Didn't Rihanna and Nick Cannon date a while back?
Ribs a
No,
bully.
Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey.
Oh, Nick Cannon, Mariah Carey.
And then
Carey,
Nick Cannon got a
Cannon.
giant tattoo on his back, and then they got divorced and he got it covered up. He got a tattoo like I think it was Mariah across his.
I think it was all the
Harry
lyrics of
Brown's.
All I Want
I
for
am not a
Christmas Is
bully.
You.
I am not a bully. You can
Well,
shut
hold
up.
on. I think it's safe to say the most popular dating couple right now is A-Rod and J-Lo.
You think? What about the TikTokers?
Nah, they're not the same level. They're not the
That
same
one
level.
I don't
couple
know.
just broke up. I don't know if you saw them. The,
TikTokers are up there, whether you like it or not.
I mean, listen, you
You
may
know-
have a lot of followers, but J-Lo's got
What about the
147.
boxing
Hold on,
match?
J-Lo's got 147 on Instagram. That is
Yeah.
much harder to do on Instagram than TikTok. That
Or
is-
go look on Instagram, and
But
I'm
what
sure
about
it's
the
up there.
boxing
Like
match
15.
going
Look at what
on
Troy
now?
has.
I have the trump card here. I know who's more popular than A-Rod and
Who?
J-Lo. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
It's a big one.
I said like 5 minutes ago.
I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
That's a big one.
Sorry, you're talking over me.
I think that's just right now, though. I don't think that will last in like.
I
You
feel
check back
like
in like 10 months. I don't think it's gonna be the same.
I feel like Prince Harry deserves less credit because he kind of was just born into it. He didn't really earn
Yeah,
it.
but he had to withstand the terrible tabloids of England. Okay, don't come for Prince Harry. Okay, no, I
I mean, we
don't.
never lived that life. That's
I'm
a
just
life that's
kidding.
hard. That's a hard
stopped
life. I
caring
couldn't
about
do
the
that.
royals in 1776. So
I
don't
couldn't
really
do
care.
that life. And you couldn't either. You can't judge him.
That's a good point in the chat. Someone said, I think this is from the time that might be before the show, but Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne at one point they had their own show. They were on the cover of Entertainment Weekly. That's what I'm saying. I think at one point they could have been one of the most popular couples besides Austin DiSavino and Lindy DiSavino.
I'm still going with A-Rod and J-Lo. Because you know why, too? They come from different backgrounds, too. They come from sports, also pop culture and music and entertainment. Like, it's merging two power worlds together, which is crazy.
True.
It is.
It is a good hand to put down on the poker table.
What about Brad Pitt and Brad Pitt's hair? That's a power couple.
One. He has great hair.
Austin, what was your story? The last story you had for us tonight?
Oh, thanks for that great transition. That's
wait, hold on. I want to do
time.
one more before we let Austin go on. I want to throw in, if you're talking about merging, Shakira and PK, not quite as, both of them not quite as big in America, but I'd say internationally, that's definitely a big power couple.
Shakira and who?
PK. He's a soccer player for Barca.
You just reminded me of another one.
That's what's up. I think Jacob's right.
Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes. That's a pretty big one right now, too.
No.
I don't know who any of these people are.
By the way,
Richie, you do Polar music. How do you not know who Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes are?
Havana Unana.
No, the Shakira and the other person. I don't know who.
You don't know
the
who
other
Shakira
person
is?
No, the other
Shakira.
person. I know who Shakira
Talk
is.
like this.
Well, you said I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah, so we're blaming the people that you didn't know who they were, and now you're saying that you know them. So
I know
moving
who
on.
Shakira is, and I know who Shawn Mendes
Right.
is.
Moving
So you
on.
should be like, I don't know who that one person is.
Moving
You know what?
on.
Troy,
By the
I'm
way-
coming in the basement.
All right, Jacob, Rich, Austin, what's your last story?
Austin,
there,
Troy, Casey.
Are you having a hard time? Are you okay, buddy?
You okay, buddy?
You're doing a great job. By the way, Jacob, I know you're doing Polar FC, and I'm really excited to hear what you guys put out. I made a decision this past weekend. I would like to get into the English Premier League because one day I'd love to go on a tour in England and like go visit the different stadiums and go watch the games and stuff. So I need you to Sherpa me through that. But my other, I got to start playing FIFA. I think really what it is. But what is one of the wealthiest things that you can do? What adds to your status? Is it owning what are they called? G-planes or whatever they called? I don't know. Owning a plane, owning a yacht, having a Subaru WRX STI,
Owning a
having
sports
a
team.
2000
Owning
Nissan
franchises.
Sentra, like owning a franchise, that's a really big thing. You know what's even better than that? If you can say, I own a private island. And let me tell you, folks, there it is, a Scottish island for sale. And the opening bid, I think we should pool our resources, put our headquarters there for $111,700. That's right.
Owning an island does not make you rich. It doesn't bring you any value.
11-acre
island.
island. Scottish
It
Highlands.
doesn't bring in any revenue.
Here's the thing. You don't have to be in person. It's an online auction. So the starting bid is a $111,700.
You don't even have a means to get to this island that we're gonna buy.
Your neighbors. So it's been owned by the same family for the past 500 years. The closest island, Eileen Shona, that's the name of the island. Eileen Shona is owned by Vanessa Branson, who is the sister of British businessman and Virgin Airlines, Virgin Atlantic owner
That dude's
Richard
nuts.
Branson. And they
That
use
dude
that.
is batshit crazy.
He's got money, though.
Amazing.
He's got money, though.
There's never been anything built on it or any application to have anything built on it. But could you imagine if we put Polar Media headquarters on a Scottish island?
The
Yeah,
ice
the
cap.
Wi-Fi would be great there, Austin.
Through the roof, our stock prices are going to go. That's going to
Yeah.
be great.
To the moon.
Solid
To
investment.
the moon.
So I guess my question for you guys is that if you were like ultra rich, what
not
would
buying
be
an island.
your like money move? What would you buy? Like what? No, I'm not talking about like, oh yeah, I'd go buy like a cool car or like a house down the shore. What would be your crazy rich purchase? Like an Orca.
When you say
Orca.
crazy rich, you're saying like top 10 in the world, right? Like
Yeah, I'm
dumb
talking
money.
about like FU money. Like I know bunch of corgis, that doesn't count. Like you could buy like a tiger that would be trained to be a house cat. Like that
Yeah,
type of
you
stuff.
buy a
It's only
sports
$1,200
you buy a sports franchise. You buy a team.
That's what you would buy, Troy? Is
That's
that what
pretty.
you-
That'd be pretty crazy to do. Like you own the team and the building and everything with it. That's crazy. Like you are playing Madden franchise at that point. If you buy,
See,
a
I
football.
feel like that'd be a little
Crazy.
stressful though. Like owning an island, yeah, that's like a really dope house. But like, if you own a sports team, you're also gonna have to manage it.
Well, you get a GM. I'm not Jerry Jones in this thing, you know.
Still
you get-
falls on
I mean, you still have to
on
pick the
Patriots.
GM and kind of oversee stuff. It's not just
That's
a
my
set
job.
it and forget
That's
it.
if
You know
that's
what I
my
would do?
job. That's fun.
You
I'm
know what
sorry.
I would do? I would buy social media sites and just shut them down.
I don't think you
That's-
could afford it.
I would just ruin people's days.
I don't think you could afford it, and you would lose all your
Well,
money
you
very
just said
quickly.
I was
We're
like
not talking
the
about what you
richest
think
person in the
Lucas
world.
can afford. We're talking about top 10 in the world.
Yeah.
I don't.
Also,
All
can
of
I
a sudden,
just
you don't
say,
like my idea. Now I'm not that rich.
I like Lucas.
How much do you think you? How much do you think you couldn't just buy like
Yeah,
Facebook and shut
sure.
it down?
Yes, you could.
Hey, Mr. Human Rain on Parade. Can
I'll
you
forget
just
my
chill
password.
out
It's over.
and let us play this fantasy out? So we have some good content in the chat. I think Momac13, you may need to set your sights a little bit higher for what luxury is, because a trampoline park with a bar for parents, I think, is attainable in a normal person's lifetime if they really, really want to work for that.
Why you
But
shitting on these
I'm
kids' dreams, bro?
I'm with Lauren Helena 19.
What?
I would want to buy a mega freaking yacht that has its own crew, and I could just go anywhere in the world. And like, I'm not talking like a little yacht, like a mega yacht.
You're gonna be so broke before you even ride it. Like that costs so much
What
money
is
every
it?
month.
We're talking
Wait.
about the richest in the world.
Austin, I want to defend you for a second because Lucas just said he's going to buy social media, which, by the way, Facebook costs
Oh,
$1.5 trillion.
So it applies to me, but not to Austin.
Because yours costs $1.5 trillion to buy Facebook. You can't just buy
Yacht
Facebook.
is
and like do it
like a
again.
couple $100 million. Like, and that's
Wait,
Like,
why would I buy Facebook? Who uses Facebook anymore?
It owns
I'm not trying to
Instagram.
ruin
They
your
own
Instagram. I'm not trying to
Instagram.
ruin your grandma's life, okay?
They
I'm trying to
own
ruin your life.
Instagram. What are you buying? What are you?
I'm gonna buy TikTok. And I'm gonna buy
You don't have
Twitter.
enough money for all these things.
I'm doing it.
You don't have enough money. There's not enough. Not
I'm
one
doing
person
it.
could buy it. Jeff Bezos can't just go out and like buy Facebook.
Yeah, you probably could.
No, he couldn't. It's
He
and
could probably kick a deal.
and also, it wouldn't cost that much to do a yacht. Like you could afford that. People do it.
the human
Trillion, not
mind
billion.
cannot comprehend what trillion looks like. Like, we have
like
never seen a
15 Jeff
trillion
Bezos
of
combined.
anything.
Let
Sand
me
is
think
the
about it.
only thing we've seen. You know.
I just saw it in my head. It's not too bad.
You're right. Never mind.
I love how
What
that's
color?
like unimaginable, but Austin just getting a yacht and going around the world is like out of the question.
And that is out of the question because Austin's gonna fucking crash that yacht immediately.
Drive it. That's the point. I'm gonna.
That's
be
how
so
you're gonna
super-
crash
Hey,
it.
let me drive the boat. Hey,
Yeah, I'm
let me
gonna be
drive the
like-
boat.
I've played enough GTA. I've played enough of these video
Austin's
games.
gonna have like a Mike Vick situation happen to him where they start selling like cocaine off of his boat without him knowing it, and then Austin goes to jail.
Is that a Mike Vick thing?
Well, Mike Vick had the dog thing in his house. and he didn't know.
Okay.
You know, he didn't even know. One day he's like, "Oh shit, I'm in trouble."
Yeah. Richie, what are you doing?
So hear me out.
You didn't even ask me what I'm doing.
Oh, you
Start
said you were gonna
cards.
buy social
Start
media.
cards, and then just orbital strike everybody over and over again, just like it's nothing.
So just kill
No,
people.
you know what I would do? I would probably buy next time like Koenigsegg or Bugatti put out one of those cars where they're only going to make like 25 of them. I would buy one of those, and then I would take the front bumpers off. I'd take the rear bumpers off. I'd throw some dumbass slicks on them and just somehow find a way to put more money into the car, even though it's already probably a perfect car, and just like drift it and fucking like crash it, never clean it. Just be like,
I like
oh,
it.
it's nothing.
If I
Just
was
like-
super rich, though,
You're gonna make me want to
if
throw up.
I was super rich, I would just carry on wads of cash, and I would just either pay for people to be like, "Yo, can I have your spot in line? Here's $1,000." And if people start talking to me, I would just start flicking dollars at them and be like, "Shut up, shut up, shut up, go away," and it would work. It would definitely work. And I would just pick people's cars and be like, "Hey, I like your car. Here's 50 grand on the spot for your car." I'd get in and be like, "You know what? This car fucking sucks." I would just crash it and then leave.
That you'd go to jail. For
Nah,
that.
I'd be all right. I'd buy the
What is
jail.
wrong with these ideas? You're gonna just buy a
You could
Bugatti.
buy the jail.
No, I would buy the
You're
jail
gonna-
and everyone free, like the lobsters in ShopRite. I would go to every supermarket and buy all the lobsters and let them free.
Somehow
Where-
that's your best idea.
Where
So
are you
far.
gonna let lobsters free in Phillipsburg, New Jersey?
The lake.
Dude, there's been weirder things found in Phillipsburg, New Jersey.
It's salt water. It's
Jacob,
So I'll buy all the salt.
Jacob, what are you doing?
So I'm gonna go, and I was thinking about mine, and I'm gonna cross off because I do like your idea, and I'm kind of gonna forget about the whole like we have to like manage it and the stress of that. So owning a sports franchise, that'd be really cool. I'm gonna go a little off that and say a record label. I think it would just be really cool to kind of be at the forefront of music and just experimental music and stuff like that. Just working with creatives. I'm not super creative myself, so I think it'd be just a really cool experience to have that ability to hire folks and artists to do music.
I like
You're
it.
plenty creative, Jacob. Don't beat
Yeah,
yourself
you're
up. You're
handsome.
very creative. You're a handsome,
gentle
It would be
eyes,
cool.
really
creative,
Jacob's
single too, ladies.
supportive.
high cheekbones.
Jacob, it would be cool to own like a movie production company in like Hollywood.
Troy,
Like
what about this though?
You
Troy,
could
what
live
about
out
this?
Entourage.
What if you bought like a whole town, right? And then you just invited artists to come and make whatever they wanted out of the houses. They painted them, they made sculptures, and you just a full-blown art town. And it just became a big town museum.
Cool.
That's
And any artist can come.
That's a cult. Lucas wants to start a cult.
That's at night.
You just sound. It
That's
sounds
a
like
goal.
Burning.
That's-
Man.
that's
Lucas,
like a
you could
I
you could finally
make
buy a
festivals.
house.
That's
You'd
what I
make
would
it-
do. I would fund
Like
festivals.
Burning Man type
I would
festivals.
like a Elro or something or whatever it's called. you know?
Firefest.
Yeah, Firefest. Great idea.
Firefest 2.
Lucas, that's a pretty cool idea. Like a commune town thing.
I would just be afraid someone dies if I did a festival. Like I don't want that on my, I don't want that on my hands. If someone like dies at our festival, Jacob, I like that idea. I think that'd be really cool. Go Hollywood. Maybe not sink into that life because it's a pretty dangerous life.
What if
But-
the musician gets really famous and gets a lot of money from Jacob's studio and record deal and then dies because of the drug overdose and addictions? That's on Jacob.
Well, did Jacob hand him the drugs and be like, "Here,
No,
you gotta take this"?
but he handed them the money that he got the drugs with.
It's a stretch.
It's a big stretch.
It's a huge
Moving
We're
on.
gonna have a great HR department at my record label. Free.
Nick Brazina, you can hire him. He's great.
Lucas, wait, if
He is
if,
great.
if
Free
that's
drug
the way, if
prevention.
whoever hands you the money is responsible for the drugs, the United States government is about to be responsible for a lot of drugs across the
They've
country.
been responsible for that. What do you think
Going
happened in the 80s?
on.
They literally brought cocaine to the streets of LA and they gave it to them. It was like, yo, make crack out of this.
I don't.
It's like proven, dude. It's proven. The guy who exposed it was found with 2 gunshot wounds in the back of the head. They ruled it a suicide. How do you shoot yourself in the head twice?
You know what Chris
Double
would do?
barrel, double
If he was
barrel.
rich.
Hairpin trigger.
You know what
I
Chris would
would
do?
buy a plane.
Chris would buy an airline company. He would like it wouldn't be Boeing, it'd be like
Well, I hope not
Seconis
Boeing.
Airlines from
No,
now on.
dude,
Listen, I had the best
You would buy
idea.
Spirit
by far.
Airlines. Richie,
I'm
you
pretty
would,
sure I had the best idea with
My
that.
idea is
Whatever.
amazing because
You would
that is
buy a Bugatti?
flex. No, I'm not saying just a Bugatti. Anybody can just buy a Bugatti.
no, but
It's like
you
a
would then
$3 million
destroy
car. What?
then you would destroy it.
No, I would buy like a one of a kind. Like I heard about this company that was trying to let artificial intelligence create the car by itself without like helping it at all. Like they were letting the computer think out how to do it. And it ended up looking like this weird, like of course I never made it, but it was looking like this weird leaf thing. But like I'd be like, I'll give you any amount of money, build me that car, one of a kind car, it's mine. I chop the exhaust off that thing. I'd be putting
If it's
big
one of a
wang
kind
on it.
already, why are you customizing it?
And you can
Okay,
go.
so
to
wait,
cus-
maybe I don't customize it. Maybe I just fuck it up.
There you go. Okay, or that. Hold on.
Just
If you're
drifting. I'm
listening
hitting
right now
curves,
live,
I'm
let
hitting
us-
all kinds of shit.
if-
Whatever.
If you're listening to us live right now, let us know in the comments what you would do with this money. We'll rate if it's better or worse than what Richie is doing. I believe it's probably going to be better because this idea is
And
bad.
mine? You're talking about mine. Lucas
You
wants
just-
to buy lobsters. You're talking
okay,
about mine. He could
I like
finally
that
buy a
more.
house.
I like
He
that
wouldn't be
more than
homeless
your idea.
anymore.
Your idea is buy a car and destroy it.
I'm not gonna destroy it. I'm saying I'm gonna not drive it like a freaking baby, like some 50-year-old man who finally divorces his wife and fucking buys a Corvette and then drives 20 miles per hour in a 35 or something like that. That's stupid.
Jacob,
So I'm scrolling back in the comments. I think Lauren and Lucas need to team up because I feel like corgis would just go great with the art town. They would just be like tons of dogs, tons
Yes.
of art. It would just be
Yes.
like total like hippie paradise, I think.
So Lauren wants a ton of corgis.
What's
by
up,
the way.
Lauren? Corgis are cool. I'm down with the doggos. We can do an art town with doggos and some beer, and then we can have Jacob's record studio in the town. We can have live music, and Austin's yacht can be as far away as possible, and it'll be great. Lauren's down. I don't know
if
who
you have
Lauren
good
is,
credit, if you have good credit, Lauren, you could get a $10,000 loan from
Don't talk
TD
to my
Bank
business
and
partner
go get
like
a
that.
bunch
Don't
of
talk
corgis
to my-
right now. There's nothing stopping you from that.
Momac, I would just like to say we could also potentially, you know what, this is what I'm going to do with my money, just because you came for me in the comments. I'm going to buy out like a music producer thing, whoever the K-pop artists are all under, just fire all of them. No more K-pop for anyone. Coming for you, Momac.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
went
if
from
they couldn't
All
go
right,
to
hold up.
another
That
record
time,
label.
let's
That's
leave
that's
K-pop
how
out
you
of this.
got them.
Let's
Just
leave.
fire them.
Well,
No, no,
Troy,
really?
Troy had a good point. Troy had a
Hold
good
up,
point.
hold up,
Troy
hold
had
up,
a good
hold up,
point. Troy
hold
had a
up.
good point.
Just-
Troy had a good point.
Let's leave.
Troy had a good point.
Let me.
Troy had a good point. He said K-pop and the Queen Bee should not be on our podcast because
No,
it just
no,
doesn't.
no,
it's
no,
not good.
no.
We're not good enough for them.
Okay, that's fine. Let's just leave
You
K-pop
see
out
how
of this.
sweaty he got?
Please.
Oh,
We need to
See
I
that?
see,
Look how
I see
sweaty
now.
he is.
just. We need to. There's nothing wrong with K-pop. We like BTS is K-pop, right? I think
I
they're
don't
really
know.
popular.
No,
in
we just
K-pop.
got canceled.
All right,
Oh,
leave K-pop
damn, we
out
got
of it.
canceled.
Leave it out of here. Yeah, Richie is canceled. He's done.
Damn it, I'm canceled.
You know what?
Listen,
Darn it.
He's done. He's canceled.
Oh,
All right.
shit. Guess I'm canceled too.
No. All right. Well, I like the idea. Honestly, I like the idea of corgis more than some of the other ideas we've heard so far. So, Lauren, I appreciate you suggesting that. Austin, I like your idea. I think it'd be fun to travel the world. Take a yacht around.
Take
I
your
think it'd be good.
family. We could
I-
go. We could bring
You
all
want a
my
yacht?
friends. and
I would be
just,
kind of
you know,
afraid though of like deep sea, like 'cause some of those
It's a
waves.
yacht. What is wrong
Have
with
you
this
seen Wolf of Wall
So I
Street,
was just about to say, Troy watches Wolf of Wall Street one time, and now he's terrified.
dude? Big waves.
What
Big
about
waves.
Titanic? You guys ever seen that one?
How did they?
Yeah, you don't think a boat can come down?
Yeah,
what
it's
happened?
possible. But if I'm the richest in the world, I'm not like, if I'm the richest in the world, I'm not beholden to anyone's schedules except mine. So I'm not rushing anyway. So I'm I'm not
Well,
like,
if you're rich
oh, I
and
need to
you're
get
young,
across.
You can't die. It's impossible.
I would get a yacht and I would go live on the Cook Islands in the South Pacific. If you don't know the Cook Islands,
I'm down with
it's
this idea if you
crazy.
keep pronouncing it like yacht. You have to keep saying yacht, though.
yacht. How do you say it?
Yacht.
Yak?
Yacht.
Yacht.
All right.
Yacht.
We've,
Yeah.
to be honest, I think all of us.
Yeah.
Why don't you just like if I was given that amount of money and I had that amount of money, I honestly would just be chilling. Like I would just
Yes.
I'd buy,
Not do
I'd buy a
anything.
trailer home or
That's
play
the
something.
point of
Xbox.
the question.
do
What would
whatever.
you buy if you're just chilling?
I know. I'm just saying, if I had all that money, I would just like whatever live in a
Yeah,
stupid
I'd probably go to
apartment.
McDonald's and not order off
whatever.
the dollar menu.
Exactly.
Good. All right. Well, I
Like,
think
I wonder what else they serve.
we've exhausted it. I think we've had some good ideas,
I
some
know.
good
I
conversations.
think it's over now, right?
I think it's over.
I think it's done.
I appreciate everyone coming on this week. I promise next week we will try to have Chris back. I'm so sorry it's been 3 weeks without Chris for all of our Chris stands out there. We will get him back next week, and he will return to Can We Just Talk
Shout out to the Corgi guy.
after a much long-waited journey. So Can We Just Talk, episode 24 in the books. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Keep it locked. We'll have some more content coming out this week. Polar Music, Polar FC, Deep Fried Medicine. Keep it locked. We got a lot more stuff coming out.
Oh, and the problem is that it?